never know which way to rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low.
Yo, what's happening, people? What's going on? Y'all know what time it is. It is time for Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And that's a cop.
Yo.
We good to go?
That's not the right intro.
Okay, all right. So yeah, man, we're gonna get this thing going, brother. Listen, you get a chance, those buttons on the side, if you're looking at this thing live right now, the people that's looking at it on tape delay, you can't do this. But the people that's looking at it live, there's some little buttons next to you. It's, it's a red button, it's a blue button, yellow button, it means get mad, get sad, you love us, you what is it? You're wowing at us. Either way, when you hit the buttons, it's gonna help our
algorithm
go up. Now, for the people that's on tape delay, I still want you to hit the like button. There's just one thumb. I need you to hit that. Hit that, and then you hit the other button, the one with the arrow. That's the share button. Share it to everybody that you know so that we can get this thing out there. We'll give you the phone number, 404-500-1605. Angelo, how you feeling this week, bro?
I like that tape delay. That's all right there. That make you feel like you're really doing something. But we're on tape delay.
Right.
I'm good, man. Great week. Great weekend. It was dope at Uptown Comedy Corner, man. MJ, how was your week, brother?
Excellent. It's good all around week.
Hey, JT, and yourself?
Hey, man. My week was good, brother. My week was good. And today, I got something to tell y'all later on because I got some news today that was just, so nice. But as you can see, we have the lovely Dr. Cindy sitting in with us. What's going on, young lady?
Hey, all is well. Glad to be here.
How you
Glad
feeling?
to be here. I'm well. I'm good. Today was a good day. Had a good workout. I feel good.
Good deal. That good workout part.
Yes,
Something I
that's
need to get in
good.
my life. I promise you I do. I'm dieting like crazy and still weak. so let's get this thing going, man. We got some crazy topics to get into, so we're going to get this thing started pretty quickly. Let's go with the Super Bowl. Of course, everybody was waiting for the Super Bowl show. Everybody was waiting for the halftime show with Usher. Usher. The guy in Vegas, Usher Raymond. You know what it is. All the ladies were sitting around waiting. But then Usher looked out for the brothers, too. He looked out for us. He brought Alicia Keys out there, y'all. Yes, he did.
Yes,
she had the big cape that was flying all over the stadium and everything. But then he hugged her. Listen, y'all. I ain't got to tell you. Y'all saw it. If you didn't look at the game, you saw it by now. There's a different type of hug, you dig? So, we're going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So, where I was at looking at the game, this young lady, she said, hey, she started asking the men, hey, could Usher hug your wife like that? I'm going to tell you what I said. I said, yeah, he could hug mine like that. But just understand, we going to hang out afterwards on his dime.
Right.
Right. He can hug her like that. And again, I could have a different view because of the business that I'm in.
Yeah.
But ask a cop, what do you think about it, bro? What do you think about that hug?
I was just, that bodysuit was just. I don't think it could have been better if it was Megan. But I guess it was a performance. I guess that's how you got to put it. But they used to date, so.
Who used to date?
Beats
Usher and Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia Keys, yeah.
We're going to have to check with our
Is that
research
true?
team on that.
Yep.
Research team, y'all do something
Back
about
in the
that.
day, yeah.
I don't remember
Back
that
in the
one.
day.
I
Back
just
in the
remember
day.
that.
Back in the day.
My boo, just the song. Yeah, we're going to check that out. See, we got a research team,
But
too,
Alicia
y'all.
was looking lovely. Her voice was good as always. Thighs was tight, nice, all around nice.
All right. Okay.
Well, she sounded good after the first note. The first note was,
Yeah.
she struggled through that one.
Yes, you did. That first one.
I didn't see the struggle.
But well, even if she did, when she walked sideways in that outfit,
Hey, man.
all was forgiven.
Hey.
Hey, it was like, oh, you didn't really mess up. It's all right.
I love seeing women come towards me, and I love it even better to see them when they walk away.
Yeah.
But I've never, ever said, baby, walk sideways for me. That woman was sexy walking sideways.
She's something else. And natural. She had no makeup on.
Cindy, you know, being a woman looking at this, and
Yeah.
you've seen the uproar on social media and everything. What do you think about it as a woman? Do you think it's okay for, as some people say, a married woman to be letting another man just hug up on her like that?
Yeah, I think they're entertainers. I don't think I think it was definitely a performance, and that's what they came to do. What they did. They came to do what they did. They didn't try. First of all, if you've seen every Vegas show that Usher has done, he's grabbed a celebrity and just really did what he did with him. So if you think about the video was kind of like that. I just think they came to perform. I think they did a great job mingling together, to be honest.
But you know, Usher could only get so close to him.
Hey man, Sean said she was singing with a question mark. Yeah,
Right.
She was actually performing,
Right,
Sean.
yeah,
She wasn't just
yeah.
walking.
Yeah, she actually did. Yeah, she actually did something.
Hey, that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, look, but you know, I gotta say, it was a serious hug. But you gotta ask, okay, well, if we just push it off as performing, then why he ain't hug her like that?
She had a guitar.
He could have got behind her in that guitar.
Yeah, he could have. But I think that was strategic.
That was that red
He's on
outfit. That man ain't no
It was
fool.
that.
And look,
That man said, "This my
And-
hey,
That
and
guitar
hers-
solo was tight, but that's all it was.
but her is kind of her. He might have been thinking about Me Too movement, so he ain't mess with her because she a little younger.
No,
You know.
I don't think that had nothing to do with it.
I ain't
They
say
got
she
a
was
hot song
grown,
out right now,
but it
and
don't
I
matter
think-
if you're grown or
guitar
not these days. If
serious.
you
That was that red
if you 40-something years
outfit.
old and you hugging a 20-something-year-old,
Yeah.
sometimes you can look like you're doing the wrong thing. You ain't got to worry about if you're grown
Yeah.
or not.
Nah,
Yeah,
dude.
facts.
He was on.
You
We
would've
know
red.
that. We talked
You say it
about
was the
that.
red?
It was a red.
Yeah,
was
shiny red. Shiny red. All right,
Sean
man.
said her wasn't having it. That's funny.
All right, man. So let's move on. All right. Shay. Shannon Sharp.
Well, can I ask you a question before you get to Shay?
Okay.
On Monique,
Yeah.
are we gonna we finish the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Because
Somebody got a comment? I ain't
well,
I'm not live yet, so.
we're not gonna address the shoving thing at all. We're gonna pass it over. Kelsey, get it.
Dude.
Are we gonna pass it over? Or
We can't just pass it over.
Okay,
We
go
gotta
ahead.
touch on it.
We on
I'll
Super
just
Bowl.
say
I just want
this.
to make sure we miss it.
If that would have been any player of
Color.
would have jacked the coach up on the sidelines, they would have addressed it. If you notice, the cameraman was in on it, and they pulled off of it. I mean, that was just wrong on so many levels.
Win, lose, or draw.
Win, lose, or draw. That didn't fucking
So even if they
matter.
would have won,
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm
Let
just-
that
I'm just
look at the way
asking.
they drilled
You know
T.O.
how-
back in the day.
But they lost.
But it doesn't matter, man. You don't put your hands on the coach.
Now I'm just curious whether or not we felt like it would have been different if
Oh,
they
hell
would have
yes.
lost the
Oh,
game. If they
hell
would have
yes.
lost the game, I think they would have made more of an incident of
Either
it. But
way,
because
it
they
was
won the
something
game,
that-
I think they just brushed
Somebody,
it
Let
off.
that have been
somebody
Tay
tried to
Diggs.
tell me that he was actually benched. I don't remember him being benched.
Who was benched?
They're saying that Kelsey was benched
Please.
for the second quarter.
No, that
I said,
wasn't.
I don't think so. I just think
No,
San
he played
Francisco
all
was
the way
playing
through.
a certain defense on him where he didn't get the catches, because he came out with no catches in the second quarter. So people started saying that he was benched because of the push and the shove.
He did
Which-
sit down for a minute.
I was like, I don't think he was benched. I don't think there was no repercussions at all.
I don't know, if that was because of that, but he did sit down for a minute because I remember them showing Taylor and then the commentator mentioning her being so
But they were showing Taylor the whole game.
Yeah.
So
right.
you
But
gotta
then
be more
they were
specific.
saying, but he's not even in the game, and they mentioned that. So I
I'm
don't know if that
dodging
had
the
to do with
question.
it.
It ain't-
The question was if it was a black receiver with a jacked up read on the sidelines, what would have been said?
You know what? I don't even think it's a
You
question.
don't think it would have been different?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
they
a
would
question.
have persecuted him.
I think it's just it's a matter of fact. It's not even a question. If it would have been somebody of color, he would probably be on charges. Probably would have done a killer
was
Mike
Probably
on
picked
him.
him up
That
on
was
the
a different,
sideline.
and that was a different game, Millennial. That was during the season when he took the helmet from him, when he threw the helmet. That wasn't this game. This game right here, nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah,
to
they
him.
actually talked about it after the game. The coach said that he got me with a sucker punch. He caught me off guard, caught me off balance. And he was basically saying if I would have been in the game, you could have threw the ball to me.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
All right, go ahead with Shay, brother. What you about to say?
That's what
Yeah,
he
that's
said.
a bunch of BS, but go
So
ahead.
Shay, and Monique.
Another example of white privilege, but go ahead.
Shay and Monique. Of course, we probably gonna have to come back to this because there's so much to unwrap with that.
Way too much.
You know, Shannon Sharp has become, his podcast has become that space, and he's taking a lot of flack for it. I mean, he's getting a lot of good stuff for it, but he's actually taking a lot of flack for it also, and I don't think he can handle it. But in regards to Monique, is she actually believable when she speak? What do y'all think? Because she has doubled down with her disgust for Tyler, Oprah, and or as she said, Tyler Perry, Oprah, and a few others. Yeah, she don't say Perry, she said Perry.
I think she brought out receipts this time.
Yeah.
That you have to believe some of the stuff she said. You may not believe everything,
Right.
but she brought out receipts.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And for me, it definitely gave me a different light because they trying to give they always been painting this narrative that she's so difficult to work with, and she may have, you know, what a lot of people in Hollywood have those, but she brought receipts this time. And the thing with Kevin Hart, you gotta ask yourself. You know what I mean? You know, he didn't respond. I mean, and he hasn't denied it. The thing with D.L. Hughley, all that whole thing was nasty.
That was nasty.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, it
you know what I mean?
hasn't stopped.
And both of them are wrong. Both of them, neither one of them have any.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped.
But the thing with Tyler Perry, hey, she brought receipts.
Yeah, you did. In a tape conversation. So
Huh?
I listened to the tape conversation. She actually taped that conversation. And you know what I wrote when we sent the group text?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's bullshitting. I said, well, let me look at it. I don't look stupid. So I went back and listened to the tape. Oh, she's on point 100.
Got to give it
And
to him.
it's like, he's got to write that check. And she said it was $25 million. So, but I can see Tyler Perry's point because once you give it out, everybody's going to come out. Anybody that ever did a show for him going to say he was on the casting couch, you know, or something. So, but Monique has him on tape. She put it out there. He hasn't responded. Oprah hasn't responded. I think it's sad that everybody's tearing each other down,
There
but you
you
got to
go.
look at it. If I lost $25 million, these other ones are billionaires. Even if they take a little hit, they're still where they are. But with Monique, she lost the income, so I can kind of feel where she's coming from with that.
I think they fight trying to prevent themselves not being blackballed in the industry. So it's kind of hard for them to speak up sometimes. And when they do speak up, it's always years after when they should have. So we don't know if they've done NDAs or just anything that they've done. But she on a roll. She on a roll. She like, nah, I'm tired. And I took a loss and I've lost enough. And so now here we are. Let's go.
All right, y'all. So stay tuned because, like I said, there's a lot to unpack with that one. We're going to have to come back to that. There was just so much going on this week, and we had already thought about some topics. So this is why we're not really diving into that right now. But listen, we got some good stuff coming up. We'll be right back. Give us what do you say, boss? 3 minutes. We'll be right back. Nope, 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop. thought it was one of them pronouns.
No.
Don't say nothing crazy. We live. Don't say nothing
live.
else. We live. Look, I was like, don't say nothing else. We live. Classic conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
We back, you dig? Hey, listen, man. Woo, boy. Hey, listen, man. Again, people that's actually watching this thing live, I want you to hit those buttons. The like button, the love button. You can get mad at us and hate us. You can cry. I could say cry with us. You can cry. Either way, it's going to help our
Algorithm.
go up. I didn't mention this last time, but you should already know. I need for you to go to these platforms. I need for you to follow us, man. I need for you to subscribe. I need for you to share this thing. I need for you to go to YouTube. I need for you to go to Amazon Music. And I also need for you to go to Spotify. Come on over to TikTok and go and click that button also. It's not hard to do. Matter of fact, I've been posting. You get the scan code. All you gotta do is scan it, man, and it'll take you right to where you need to go. Don't take long at all. You're doing it for all these other people. Why not do it for us? 404-500-1605. All right, let's get into it. Had some friends of mine. We talked about this, and as you can see, we're all live. You hear people in the background, man. We live. So yeah, a couple of people had a conversation who was asking. There's a lot of non-custodial men, and there was actually some women that were divorced, and started asking, do you stay in a relationship for your children? Now, is it selfish if you do stay? Because you could be selfish to yourself, you could be selfish to the other person. And also, is it selfish if you actually leave? Because now you're thinking of yourself instead of your children having a two-parent household, that type of thing. So, what you think?
I can speak firsthand on that. I mean, I was exit stage left because if you, this is my take on it, so I'm not saying everybody, but in my particular case, all I wanted was my sons.
Okay.
Damn the relationship. And I think I can't say that because I probably would have stayed in it if I knew I wasn't going to get my sons. I probably would have stayed in it. But it's like, I just look at it differently. I think that your happiness means a lot because if you're not happy, you're not going to be able to make your kids happy. And then they're going to see you miserable, and then you're going to they don't need to see their parents argue. Kids need to see a healthy relationship, and if it's not going to be healthy, I think you should just shit can it.
You should. What?
Shit can it.
I thought,
End it.
I thought that's what you said. What you think, Angelo?
I mean, I could see it both ways. You know what I mean? I could see where there's a need where, you know, and I've seen people who have stuck around for the kids' sake. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's like I say about kids in general, man. Also, kids just handle things so differently. Yeah. You know, I've seen kids completely fall apart due to the parents' divorce and their separation. You know what I mean? And, you know, failing grades, all kinds of things can happen. And so I think it's a very, very sensitive type situation. So, yeah, you could be, if it's just I think it's all about the kids, really. Yep. At the end of the day, I think if you know your kids as parents and you're in a situation where you all could possibly, you're still in the communication mode. I think when some people get into that divorce scenario, there's no more communication, there's no more anything, you know what I mean? And then everybody just kind of fend for themselves. I'm doing what I want regardless. But if you're still in a situation where it's still a comfortable zone and you have the kids at, you know, then you have to decide, are we good for the kids together or apart? You know, because sometimes, you know, you need to separate because it's not good for that environment. You know what I mean? So I just think it's just, I can see it either way just based on the relationship that they have and the relationship they have with their kids.
Yeah.
What you think, Dr. Cindy?
So selfish isn't the word I would use for it. I think some people in relationships know when the breakdown started. it's difficult to have those conversations because someone's going to have to own up to being wrong about whatever led them down this path.
What if they never liked each other to start off with?
And that's the whole piece. So check this out. So people should not, and I say this again, I tell this to all my clients when I'm doing marital counseling and just empowering them. Why did you get married? Is the question you have to ask in the midst of conflict.
Let's say you're not married. You had a child together.
Right.
Do you leave or do you stay?
If you're not married, why are you together?
Because of the child.
But together in a relationship, living in the same house.
I mean, in today's society,
So we should stop.
out of the relationship. Let's take it down to the bare
Right.
bones. Instead of living together, say out of the relationship.
Absolutely. So so if you're not married, you're not in the relationship. It should just be your co-parenting you should be doing. If you're married, you shouldn't be leaving your marriage because of, now if somebody's being abused, that's a different situation. If somebody's being neglected and mentally just transformed from this person they married to a different person today, we're talking different things. So it's all different entities. Most women stay regardless. A lot of women leave when they feel, oh, he cheated, I just can't get over it. But nobody ever wants to ask, why you cheat? Why did you cheat? What did you lose here that you felt you had in me to marry me to go here, right? And we know I've sat in front of a lot of men who said, she stopped letting me feel like I was needed. She stopped letting me feel like the king that I felt like when I asked her to marry me. And so when they go, mind you, right? And
You get
so I don't stand up and pee.
you're
go-
giving some good stuff, but
Yeah,
we're gonna
but
get
when
into
you
that on the
get-
next topic too. So
Okay, but when you get into this thing and the kid is the last thing they think about.
I don't think so.
When people are breaking up, that's so not a
But
factor.
the thing is, because they haven't broken up, is usually because of the kid.
No, I mean, and
Because
that's an
breaking
entity.
up,
Some
breaking
of them,
up
yes.
is one thing, but usually the reason why you haven't left, and I know what you're saying, marriage. Of course, with marriage you just can't walk out. There's a lot more involved.
Absolutely.
But if you are in a relationship and you don't break up, even if you're not living together, and you've been ripped and torn to a point to where at this moment and the next day, and this is on either side, woman or man, you can't stand that other individual. Something is keeping you there.
Why do the kids gotta stay in it?
Well,
People gotta start understanding.
We're not talking about the kids. We're talking about the adults.
But the reason that
So,
they're staying, right?
You're right, exactly.
Right?
So,
So if they
some of the
thought-
adults feel
Yeah.
that because we have so much in our community of single parent households,
Okay.
we have that a lot. The percentages are high.
Yeah.
Some of us feel the pressure of staying because we don't want to be that statistic.
Yeah, that's so low.
What's so low?
They staying because of the kid. I promise you, they not. They leaving. They having these two different households, and then they fighting about who gonna see them. They in child support court,
I'ma
wasting
tell
all
you,
that
Doc,
money.
I
When
know
instead
a
of just sitting down having
lot
a
of people
conversation.
that are still there. A lot of people.
Well, these age brackets, maybe our age bracket.
Well, yeah, it's hard to say with the young
It's hard to
ones.
say because the young ones. I'm telling you about.
Yeah.
Listen, I just had a client today, and without going outside, it's the simple why he can't see his baby. Why are you making y'all stuff about the kids? Like, people gotta stop making the adult stuff about the kids. If it's not about the kid and it's just about y'all, why you pull the trump card and keep the kids from the other parent?
Right.
That ain't cool. If it's about the adults, all right, it's your daddy weekend. I'm gonna holler at you. Maybe he gonna have to look for me Monday because I'm about to be gone. Or it's, come get your baby because this ain't got nothing to do with the kid. They gotta stop. They got to stop. The
That's 100 on
child
that.
is being destroyed because the parents are picking the battles the wrong direction. They putting the kids in it. So That's what makes it selfish. The person who is the
But that's after the
primary
breakup. But wait.
provider.
But that's after the breakup. I'm talking about the people that are staying together, not having to deal with is my weekend or next weekend or that. I'm talking about the people that's actually staying together, feeling that if I leave, my child now has to grow up in a single parent household. Am I being selfish for doing that because I'm thinking of my own happiness over my child's happiness?
I wouldn't call it selfish. I would call it responsibility to you as this dad. But here's that thing, that's why we go into that whole thing. We grew up, we ain't supposed to be shacking. So if you staying with somebody and you ain't married to him and y'all got a baby, that's part of that. You got to figure that out.
I get that,
So
but let's face it, ain't none of us doing what we supposed to do.
Facts.
I know I've had sex without being married.
Yeah, all of us.
Every
human there
so
is.
yeah, yeah.
But when it comes to being responsible because you have this child who needs to grow up based on these morals and values that y'all both have to give, the kid ain't got nothing to do with why y'all fell out.
So is it irresponsible, since the kid ain't have nothing to do with it, is it irresponsible for that person to leave? We're going to take selfish out. Is it irresponsible for the man or the woman to say, you know what? I'm out.
As long as
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
That's how. Go ahead.
I think it's okay as long as because everybody, it's like, I know too many friends that stayed in a bad marriage, and when it ended ugly, and it was a lot worse than it would have been if they just would have, split
Left
up
earlier.
Because when you check out of a relationship, somebody normally checks in. And
yeah.
as far as the kids go, I can remember, just basically stay involved in your kids' lives, because I got partners I really don't fuck with the same way, because they literally left their kids and just got the hell on and didn't do nothing but send a check. Then I seen it the other way, where I had friends that wanted to see their kids, and it was made difficult unnecessarily, where he had to literally pay, I think the rate was like almost $100 an hour or $95. It was some ridiculous amount of money that he had to pay somebody to be there when he picked up his kids.
Oh, yeah,
what is that called when they have somebody there?
The mediators.
Mediator, yeah. Had to pay for a mediator to see his own kids, and it just got to the point where financially it was difficult for him to see his son. Not that he didn't want to see him, but when you're spending $400 just to see your kid, and that's not even including whatever activity you're going to do that day, that's not right.
And that's happened due to what she probably accused of or something.
She just threw some shit out there, and then once it blew over and she got somebody, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but once she got somebody, then I'll say, hey, come get this motherfucker, Then it's like, come get it. It's your weekend.
Because don't nobody want nobody else's kids. Don't nobody, and that's the thing about it. It's like, I get that you want to love as a woman. I tell women all the time, you better stop leaving them children, the fathers of your children. Don't nobody want nobody else's kids. Folks don't want their own kids.
But
So
there we go.
Yeah,
So,
so
what you
stay-
listen what you just said.
Yeah.
Stop leaving them kids' fathers. So is that irresponsible for them to leave their father even though they don't want to be with the father?
So irresponsible is if you leave the relationship and don't take care of the kid. You can leave the relationship. You still take care of the kid. You can leave the relationship. That can end.
Maybe I'm saying it the wrong way, because I get what you're saying. You're right. It's all irresponsible. It's irresponsible on either party if you don't do your
Absolutely.
part as a parent.
And then I think another that you kind of what you're saying is if they're married or if they just have a kid together, because that is two different
Yeah, it
sides
is.
of the
So
person.
since we went with the bottom of it, let's
Yeah.
go if you're married. You're right. Why did you get married? There's a whole lot of reasons why people get married. But the thing is, you're where you're at right now. So because you're there, New Millennial said, due to inflation and the concept of cheaper to keeper makes more sense. When I was in the military and married, and I decided to end my marriage, my sergeant major told me that. He said, Thompson, I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to think about it for 3 days before I put this paperwork in. It's cheaper to keep her. We didn't have children.
Okay.
So it was it was easier for me to make the decision. If I had kids, I don't know, I can't say what I would have done at that point. But if you are married, and let's say you've been married now for 10 years, you all had children at the 8th year, so now your child is what, 2, we're gonna say your child is 5, and you realize this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. So is it, just like Asakop said earlier, sometimes staying together as a unit can actually be more hurtful to the child than leaving. But when you're in that space, how do you gauge your responsibility, since we took selfishness out of it, how do you gauge your responsibility to your child? Yes, child ain't have nothing to do with this thing, but the child is going to be the one that's going to be the most affected.
It's 100. And I'm just going to stick with that. I'm old school. My morals are it's 100% for the husband, 100% for the wife, 100% for the father, 100% for the mother. If it's a boy, boys need to be with their daddies. Or daddies need to be around, right? If it's a girl, it just is what it is. And I tell women all the time, stop taking them babies from them daddies because they need to have the structure. We don't stand up and use the bathroom. So when men put their pants on a certain way, even though you like how it looks, it's a certain way. You can't teach a little boy how to move his thing around when he putting his pants on. He need to be with his daddy. Girls, they need to be with their mothers. However, daddies need to teach a little girl how men are supposed to train her and teach her. And mothers are supposed to nurture the son to know how he should respect the women. So at the end of the day, it's 100 and 100, and the man and the woman should not. Because if it's not abuse and brutal mentality in the home, it ain't too much that you can't work out. But we come with these traumas
right there,
before we get into these relationships that's not healed. And people don't take the time to heal what they come with. So they create other stuff on top of what they got.
So with that, again, if it's not physical or brutal mental abuse, because you should be able to work through other things, where does the responsibility to the child come in at?
It should never leave because you're talking two different entities.
But you're married. You're married.
So you're married.
And your responsibility, because you don't want to be with this person. But the child is right here. Where does your responsibility to your child overweigh, or should it overweigh, what you actually want for yourself with that other person?
I think people should take the pawpaw syndrome. It's plenty granddaddies and grandmamas was in the house. We ain't know they ain't like each other. We just know they stayed in 2 different bedrooms. When we got over there, we didn't know they didn't sleep together. Most of us ain't at our grandparents' house at night. But Papa didn't leave because them kids needed him. Grandmas knew Papa did whatever he did. She was quiet and walked around. People make fun of her walking around in the moo-moo, cooking the food, even though she know he did wrong. So some of us has just changed our values to just go with new society. But a lot of us forget that it takes the whole household. The kids got a part, the parents got a part. It takes the whole household to understand the dynamics of your family, your bloodline, and what you need to handle. And if you don't instill that in your children, you know you're going to have them grow up repeating the same cycle of things that you did that was out of order. So everybody got a position.
How much time we got? Because I got so many questions. So in the pawpaw situation,
yeah.
Let's say if somebody today was living under the pawpaw rule, just like you said, you could teach, if you stay around, you could teach your child to have the same values. So the values that you're teaching is, even though I'm unhappy and I can't stand that man or that woman, I'm here for you, baby.
I think as a kid, I don't really know what y'all problem is. I get so a certain age, kids ain't supposed to know. And when they get a little older, it's time to have a conversation with them so they understand. Because it's the children that begin to train the adults the proper way about love. Because we don't know. Now you making us pick a side. I don't want to be the ops because I really mess with my daddy more. He don't be yelling and stuff, mama. You be mad at him and then you yelling and stuff. And so I got to go to him, and then when you mad at me, you know he the disciplinarian, now you calling him on me, and he feeling like, dang, I don't want to do that because I don't really mess with the mama. But I got to train you right to be respectful to her. So it just makes a big mess when you all should just have a conversation on how the family's supposed to be raised. But the problem is, we don't want to talk. We act like the kids don't hear y'all yelling in the bedroom just because the door closed.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? We act like we don't know that.
So that's what I'm saying. How is being Pawpaw? How is that good?
Because Pawpaws didn't say much back in the day.
Well, we here now.
Yeah, they didn't say too much. They would sit there. That was meant to be seen, not heard.
We 20 almost in the middle of 2020 something.
Yeah.
So kids hear the argument.
Yeah, they hear it, and people include them in it. Did your daddy say it? And your mama said it.
Sometimes kids know when you're arguing and you don't say a damn word. They're a lot smarter. They're a lot smarter these days. A lot smarter these days. So
yeah, it's what it is. I think you hit it on the target when Angela said the communication is so lacked in these homes. Y'all got to get back to talking about everything, the good, the bad, and the indifferent.
1 minute. Oh no, we'll be right back. Hey, listen, we're gonna be right back. But listen, y'all people that's on that not live right now, but the people that's actually coming to look at this later. Listen, go up in the comments and say something. You know, answer something of what we're talking about. We can actually come back. What do you think? Do you think it's selfish to stay, or is it selfish to leave? We could talk about this at another time. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a call.
And we'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
I'm glad that shit was on outside.
And that's the cop right there.
Oh, that's a cop.
Yeah, ask a cop. Hey man, as we've always told you, the conversations that happen in between, I don't know if we're gonna actually be able to air those.
No.
I wish I could tell you that we would one day, but you gotta be here. That's all I can tell you. You gotta be here. You gotta be here. You have to have an NDA and everything. All right, comments real quick on the last topic. Todd Vick, what up, bro? He said he is going through that right now. Staying can hurt more than when you don't leave.
There you go.
But control is the ultimate goal, in my opinion. Interesting.
Interesting, for sure.
Interesting. My man D Mac, what up, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. I learned that kids are just way quicker than adults. I stayed way longer than I wanted to for the kids, but once it was over, I realized that I actually could have left sooner.
Dang.
Wow. Tammy Jones, what's up, lady? All the way out to DMV. Hey, Tammy, spread the word. Hit them buttons and share, man. We need to get them DMV people in here. Appreciate you tuning in. She agreed with D-Mac. And then my man Lyle Moore, what's up, bro? He actually said that kids think it's their fault a lot of the times, which is true. That's why that conversation after or right at the breakup has to happen. Because you can't let the kids walk away thinking that it was all on them. Keith Price, what's up, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. Kiki, how you doing? Go with your comments, bro.
All right, kids are resilient, stay for the right reason, leave for the right reason. Kiki said, ultimately, I've always said I would not stay for my kids because kids will grow up and grow and find happiness, and I'm stuck in misery. But the few times we decided to end the marriage, the thought of how I knew a divorce was going to tear my youngest two boys apart, it definitely made me reconsider. She says she don't care about being a statistic. Number one says stop hiding behind the kid. I don't think my husband will ever leave because he knows if we divorce, his kids are going with him.
Thanks.
Number one said the child isn't paying one bill while listening to them. Depends on the age and the maturity of that child. Stay happily single. Please put your telephone number. I have a friend that have a like to say. Bloodlines are terrible. Already effed up. All right, that's it.
Yeah, I'm hopefully we get some comments on the once it's posted on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon. We get some people talk about it. Maybe it'll be something.
Oh, put the phone number
revisit.
up. Okay, now I get it. Put the phone number up. 404-500-1605. Post the phone number, Dwayne. So I had to reread the message 3 times to understand what.
What'd you say that Red Eagle was? 90 proof?
Nah, it wasn't that. It was just the way I'm big on punctuations and stuff.
All right, so we're going to get on to the next topic for this segment. Can a man be driven to cheat, or is it just within his character to cheat? Are men made to be with one woman? And if so, can the actions or non-actions of his partner drive him to cheat?
And that came from a post we read, right? You said what?
I don't know nothing about that. So I'll just say from my standpoint, if you're with somebody, stay with that person. if you don't feel, No, I mean I'll leave. I'm saying as far as cheating in the relationship, leave. Don't cheat. Just leave.
Mama, there go that man.
Hey,
So, not you then, MJ.
Not me,
But some of the experiences you may have heard.
Okay, now if you want to put it that way, yes. I think some people leave because a woman they're married to or dating doesn't remain the person that caught them. You know, she.
No. Cheating.
Oh, cheating.
Not leaving. We're talking about cheating. What
causes them to
causes
cheat.
a man to cheat?
Yeah, what can cause them to cheat is when the woman stops doing what she did to get it. That can cause them to cheat. I think sometimes they become too comfortable in what you provide, what people could provide for them, and then they can. It's almost like they want to sit up, eat, and watch Lifetime. And if you used to go out and have a good time, that would lead that person to, maybe look elsewhere. That's what I've been told.
What you've been told.
That's what I've been told.
That's what you've been told. That's what you've been told. Oh, man.
Oh no, you wasn't digging the hole. That's what you was told. My bad.
That's what he was told.
That was you was told. That was you was told.
He had no idea.
So let me ask you this, Mike. In regards to, is it natural for a man to be with one woman after he decides to?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. It's one of those situations when you meet that person, you know it.
I'm sorry.
If some of y'all are morally challenged and gotta laugh, but I mean, to me, it's wholesome. You know, you find that person you love and you like, and you just stay with that woman.
Morally challenged. You gotta laugh.
And that comes from a deep-rooted experience.
Deep-rooted honesty and experience, yeah. Because it's like, I just can't see. No, seriously.
Yeah, we know
meet
you're
that
serious.
person, when you meet that one person and you know that's that person, why would it enter your mind to cheat when you're getting everything you want out of that relationship?
Look at this one.
You sweat. Yeah.
Oh, we got jokes. This is these new metal halide lights. It's the lights.
Oh my God.
So let me ask y'all this. Do you believe that a man could be with a woman that's actually giving him everything that he needs, everything that he wants, and still step out?
Nah.
You know, people step out because they want to. Mm-hmm. In all fairness, they could love their wives. I believe, from experience, I have been. So this is deep. Well, I'm gonna bring it out, and I hadn't. So I dated a celebrity chef here, and I dated him for like 9 months, and I found out that he was married. He told me it was just his child's mother, and I believe that, right? So after dating him, him, the wife, and the daughter, I ended up calling the wife because initially when she called me, I was like, I don't want to talk. I kind of just like, I don't want to be in the middle of it, right? And then I felt like I owed her.
This is after you found out.
Yeah, this is after I found out, right? Okay. So when she called, she wanted to talk, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And then I initially just was like, you know what, get on the phone. First, let me apologize to you as a woman. Let's do woman to woman. And second of all, let's remove him out the equation. Why is your husband at my house? And she was like, we've been away. We really broke up a long time ago, but I don't want nobody else to have him. And just in all fairness, I had to think about it like, it's so much of that going on because as long as he's doing the things that he should, I'm okay with it, but I'm a cheat too. So then they cause this fabricated relationship and think that people are, it's okay. Now you find people who, when you go out, who's to say these people are not going to fall in love with you?
Now,
because you're not being real with what your situation is. Because most men don't want to be honest and tell people that they married or they got a perfect somebody.
Did you call his wife?
Well, no, she called me, and we
okay.
just
I thought you said you called
Oh no! She called me, and she called to tell me.
I'm writing this down. This is a topic for another show.
She called to tell me
because he still live with that woman.
He didn't live with her.
Okay, I'm
right?
trying to figure out how do you not know somebody was married for 9 months?
No, check this out. So did live right and moved. And literally was like, I was just done, and I didn't know how to move. I just
they
left.
were separated.
They didn't want to end it.
Yeah.
But
They were separated.
Yeah, but I mended them back together. It was my job to mend them back together. I literally was
What?
like, I don't want nobody else's husband.
Why was it your job to mend them back together?
So I'm gonna tell you why. Because when she called the very first time, I had to say what I knew. I ain't with nobody's husband.
I'm still trying to figure out how this responsibility got on your chair.
So then when the next time when we called and I was like, listen, I'm going to make sure he comes home. Like, I'm done with it. I want to remove myself out the situation. I don't want to have anything to do with it. It ain't even who I am. I don't want to deal with that, right? And she was like, but he's in love with you. He told me he's in love with you. He don't want to be here with us. And it was the 16-year-old daughter who was like, I've never seen my dad this happy. I think he should stay over there.
Wow.
And I had to explain to her, that's just how you do it.
But
why?
Wait, I'm still I'm still first. I'm gonna get to that part. But why did it become your responsibility to get them back together?
Well, it wasn't really my responsibility, but I did. When she wanted to talk to me, I felt like it was important for us all to talk, not just her and I, because I don't know her. She's a stranger to me. So I made him kind of be in the conversation. So he couldn't no longer lie to either one of us. So in the midst of that, I was like, now you go home. So then she said, can I ask you a question? And she did. And now it was the, now I'm working type thing. Like, what about this? And what about that? And I'm like, yeah, y'all just have to figure it out.
All right, just my opinion.
Yeah.
Anybody out there watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're gonna look at it on the replay, If this happens to you, my opinion, it is not on you to get them back together. Get out and take your part is to stop seeing that person, whether this is another. It is not your responsibility to put
Somebody's business out there.
not somebody's business,
No,
just
not
to
the
put
business,
somebody
but, yeah.
back together. What? Why in the world?
Well, no, they
if
get
I
themselves back together, but it's my part to exit, and I'm gonna exit with closing
exit,
it out.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. You
Exit.
got to exit.
But having
So let me
conversations.
ask you a question.
and all that-
Why do you feel like you have to exit if they weren't really together anymore? And the daughter would say he found happiness. Why would? I'm just curious. Why would
think
that
that-
mean you have to exit?
I think it was the betrayal
whether-
and deceit.
Because he had
Towards
told
you.
that
Towards
he
me.
wasn't
Because you
married.
didn't know he was married
I
at all.
didn't know.
All right, now I
Absolutely.
get that part.
Yeah. It
I
was
get
only
that
that.
part.
Yeah, it
All
was
right,
only that.
all right,
Because then
okay.
it was like
That
what-
makes sense. Because I was trying to.
Oh yeah, no. It wasn't like he came like I'm separated. He literally said she was just his child's mother, never his wife.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I can see how that.
We're not
Yeah.
rushing. Number one, we on time frames on all topics. That's all.
Yeah. So it wasn't that, and it was more like, yeah, let me do this the right way. I just felt like that was the perfect
Just getting
thing
up
for
out
me
of
to
So
it.
let
do.
me ask. Let me say this.
Yeah.
To the question, to the topic, right? I don't really know the answer. If I don't know what that stuff MJ was spilling earlier, but I think that's a question that we'll never truly, because I've always wondered, and this is women will never, because like you said, y'all don't stand up and pee unless
Right.
you're adventurous. But there's when that men are from Mars, women from Venus, whichever the way it goes, is so
Yeah.
real.
It is.
And there's no way women can feel the thoughts, the emotions, the testosterone of a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's impossible. So I know women are very judgmental and you just this and you that, but we're the only species on planet Earth that are designed to be with one person. Well, not designed, that are
Yeah,
That makes the choice.
that
Or
that's
attaches
yeah,
to
that
one.
attaches
attaches
to
to
Yeah.
one.
to one
Yeah,
per
absolutely.
society.
Absolutely.
There's penguins. Oh, see, I don't know about the penguin. Well, okay, us
That's got to be
penguins.
hard being that all of them look
Yeah,
alike.
predator boy girls.
They all look alike. How
I'm
they
just
do
saying.
that?
I'm just saying. It's one of them questions I always say. Whenever I make it to the pearly gates, I'm gonna ask that question.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we really never know the answer, the true answer.
And you never
Because
will.
why? Because a man, I don't care how beautiful a woman is, how much that woman does. A man will still look.
Yeah.
A man will still be intrigued.
You gonna
Yeah.
look.
A man will,
Yeah.
but it's different.
It is.
A woman, from what I heard, I'm not a woman,
Yeah. It's
but
different.
from what I hear, it's different.
It's different.
You'll look with, woo. A man looks with, boy.
Yeah. and the right thing,
Yo,
and
yo.
it might be something.
Give me the
Yeah.
opportunity.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
Women don't necessarily think of it in those terms.
But what about the difference with the whole, that's just a one-time thing, right? How they end up in these full-blown relationships?
Well, that's totally different.
think,
Now,
yeah.
I think that's where it starts getting to the missing part and all the other things.
Okay.
That's where I think you can start digging deeper.
Okay.
But to
Okay.
just think that by nature, the man is just, even if they don't cheat, like
Yeah.
MJ. You know what I mean?
like MJ.
Either
Right.
they're total saints like MJ,
Yeah.
and have never done anything like that in his entire life.
Right.
Your
you're
best
acknowledging that.
preacher, all these people, if you ever ask them, but have you thought about it with opportunity? If it presented, you know what I mean? Not if they were honest with you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
They'd be like,
yeah.
oh, I mean, if it was the opportunity, or if
Right.
it was this, or if it was,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because it's just, a man is just structured, especially
So-
the
I
younger
think-
you are. As a young, come on, man.
I think it's
when they say the
always
wind blows,
Yeah. So does a
true.
married
That's a true
so,
statement.
so is it true a lot of married men have said that they have had relationships with people and then just said that was something I did, I didn't hold on to it, I left it alone.
easily.
Figured that.
Easily.
Yeah. There's no
Easily.
attachment to that sexually,
Zero
right?
attachment.
Absolutely. That's
Zero
what and I
attachment.
understand that.
I'm talking
I've heard
about the minute.
Too many of them say
the
it.
minute is over. You be like,
Yes.
man, what am I doing?
Right. Right.
Let me get up out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The minute.
Right.
Right.
Man, I
Right.
need my phone to vibrate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our structure just totally different.
Yeah.
And so
And it
I,
is.
And I know women, you know, like number one, dogs was out all the time. You just dogs. Say what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I saw 2 dogs on the top of a roof the other day, and the car was moving. Them dogs didn't stop. Whatever.
Dog didn't stop.
That dog didn't
No, but
stop.
I think honestly,
It was his only opportunity.
I think part of it also is when you get older, and even when you're young, it's like I'll tell you how I'd stay faithful was just not putting myself in that situation. I know you can't take a crackhead to a crack house. So there's certain places I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna hang out in the club. I'm not gonna hang out in the park. I'm gonna put myself in positions where, you know,
So,
I can
so where did you go when you was in those when you was being monogamous? Where did you go? Because if you went to the grocery store, you saw something.
Yeah,
did you get gas in the car? I'm just trying to figure out what situations did you keep yourself out of, other than the club. Well, of course we know about the club, strip club. So what other? I know you just went fishing, so I know that you did a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
So I know that helped you in regards to staying
and
on the
that
straight and
just-
narrow.
Such a stress reliever.
But it's just when you say keep yourself out of a certain situation, I'm just trying to figure out what situation. Of course, the obvious
Well, you
ones,
just
but
don't, like I said, and also just if I were a cheater, I would know not to date somebody that's on your wife's level. I think that's where a lot of people mess up. Is
On
when
your
you date
wife's
somebody,
level?
yeah, you don't want to date anybody on your wife's level because if you deal with somebody that's as good as your wife, that's when the stupid thoughts get in your head like the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. And I think that's what people mess up. If you were going to cheat, you would want to cheat with somebody that's just like a jump off, something, just something totally physical. If I was going to do it, if I was going to do that, I would never date somebody because you get in a relationship.
So what about the men who do sleep with the women and create these relationships and end up the wife like, I'm done, I don't want to have to do with it, and then they leave and marry their mistresses?
You never married a side chick.
I think.
Oh man,
I've been told. You never married.
You shouldn't.
Well, my thing.
definitely shouldn't, but they do it.
My thing is if you're cheating
Yeah,
with
they do
someone
it.
and then you get out of your relationship to be with that person, you deserve everything you get.
And that's a
Because
fact.
if
She
that
would
person,
cheat,
if
That's
you were
a
cheating to get, if that person was cheating with you to get
She
you,
gonna be a number
what
two.
the
She can
hell
never
make
be a
you
number
think she
one.
ain't gonna, or he ain't
Come
gonna,
on, man.
whatever.
Yeah.
But again,
You know.
that goes into that deeper part of cheating that I was saying
The whole
earlier.
issue.
That goes into the whole issue. What led
Of the person itself.
of the person itself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's why I say it goes deeper than that.
Yes, it
but
does.
the initial part of the question of just are men desire to be with one woman, that still I
Remains
think
to be seen.
up in the air.
That's right. It's
You know,
remains
like I
to be
said, it's
seen.
in our culture. It's not in our culture. It was placed in our culture, and it was accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But our culture, if we say we're African Americans, well, that's not the normal culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was transferred over.
Yeah.
It was never just the normal thing.
Yeah.
It was turned into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just reality. We're
Because
just being
coming
honest
up,
with ourselves.
I noticed men would have a girl for this, a girl for this, a girl for this, a girl for this.
True.
And that they had them, it would be like they make a broad because she do the cooking. I take her somewhere. No, she drive through. She got too many kids, but I like how she, I hang out with
There
her.
you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then they realize they done made a broad with like 5 or 6 women, and then they now they mature and want to settle down, and they don't know who to pick. And so most of them are going to be hurt because they can't be all of them. And they do mature. Some of them keep one in the cut, and I get that. But as we grew up, a lot of men had 5, 6 women because they weren't comfortable with themselves enough just to be with one.
I don't think it has nothing to be said. I think you're totally wrong about that.
What?
When I was younger,
Wrong about what?
Yeah, it's not that they're not comfortable with themselves. If they have 5, It's just if you're not married and you are dating, it doesn't mean you're not comfortable with yourself. It just means that you have one chick because you might be somebody that you take home around your family. Then you might have one that, you know, you go to the club with or show up to the game or the tailgates with because your boys be like, damn, you know. And then you might have that one from the hood that just
So people listen, this is gonna be posted. Please go below and make the comments. So this might be something we revisit.
I've been told.
Matter of fact, looking at my comments, we might have to revisit this next week. But we'll be right back with top 5 classic conversations with JT and Lo.
and that's a cop.
What's happening, people? Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And we back. I'm gonna go over some of these comments, people. This might be something we can rehash again next week because some of these comments get pretty deep. Girl Retta Sanders, what's going on here? She said, why can a man be intrigued to the point of cheating and expects the woman to be okay with his shenanigans, but yet when a woman do the same thing, she's nothing or no good? And if you need a jump off, what's wrong with you getting your own hand exercise?
Nobody does that.
I like
It
that comment.
lets you know that we got to go to this. Got to be a continued conversation.
I like that comment. So we're gonna have to come because there's so much to unwrap out of that.
So much to unwrap.
So yeah, we're gonna get into that one because my man D Mac, he chimed in. He said, I don't know the medical term, but I think more men than not have an uncontrollable sexual problem / cravings, and it's not just physical. Damn, it's emotional that leads to physical. If more men were honest with themselves, they will find that that's the issue. I don't know about that one, D-Mac. He came with some good stuff on that one. The wife said, "Y'all take his mic." Shaking my head. Don't ask a cop. She said, "Don't ask a cop." What comments you got? I can't see them up there. I can't. They're too far. I can't see them. You got any comments?
Let's see here. I got
I got a top 5.
Okay, good. Michael Jordan married his side chick. Dwayne Wade married his side chick. Swiss
sure
Beats
did.
married his side chick. God dog, number one.
Michael Jordan married his side chick.
She started off with him.
Yeah.
It's not just hard for men to stay faithful. It's hard on women as well. It's the hormones that has to be controlled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Newt Gingrich married all 3 of his side chicks. So did the pussy grabber. Ted said we all have desires, one for my needs, one for my wants. Kiki said, and ninjas be loving their side chick. So, I mean, like I said, that thing just go.
It could go
That
crazy.
thing goes so far.
And
All right.
it's funny just to go on to the comment talking about like the emotions. A lot of men run off and will say they can talk more to the person who's not interfering and that they have the beef with. So if you arguing with your main chick and you got somebody on the side that will just listen, they have said that it's easier to talk to someone else who they don't have the problem with, and then it becomes intimate and sexual after that. That's what you should do.
I've heard that one also. I've heard that one also.
I've heard
So
that.
That's when you go to your minister and
That's where you should have a mentor. Let's get
Hey, it's out of control, man. It's out of control, man.
what in the world?
just gonna do a show. Let him read questions
Top 5
and then
places
let
if
him
you
do
were
his
a
own
cheater in
answers
Atlanta, you go
with
to.
his own camera, right by himself. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, man. Top 5 today. I'm gonna announce this one since we just had, Usher and the Hug, and we
All
talked
right.
about this before it started. Your top 5 Super Bowl halftime shows.
oh,
What you got, Dwayne? Of course, you ain't got to say the number. Just say who they were, because numbers. Ain't nobody gonna remember all that. So.
Okay, I'm ready. Number 5, the Bruno Mars was Coldplay. Yeah, Bruno Mars, Coldplay. Number 4, the Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent. I like that last year.
That one, yeah.
Number 3, Usher. That junk was dope the other night. He got down. He was sweating. You can see his. You know what I'm saying? He was in his mode. That's why he did that to Alicia Keys. He was feeling himself. I did the same thing. And he was in his mode. I did the
That's not
same
what they
thing.
laughed about, the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You should have left one part out, brother.
Oh. Yeah.
Boy.
Number 2,
Or at least they know after the fact. You gotta say something.
90. Michael Jackson. Well, no. Number 2, Prince, and then number 1, Michael Jackson. Because Prince's performance was cool because it was raining and he sung Purple Rain, but that was really the big highlight of it. You know what I'm saying? It was still good music though.
Yeah.
There you go.
Millennium, what you got?
Did Shania Twain ever do one? She ain't never do one. Okay. Shit. I'm gonna be honest. Mine, Dr. Dre and them. That's 3. Now my 2 and 1 is gonna be Michael Jackson because he's the only person ever teleported from 3 different screens and then on the stage and stood there for like 10 minutes and then performed the whole thing and made the NFL watch.
Yeah.
And that was it. Mike.
Yeah, he did it.
Oh, I don't have any.
What you got, Dr.
I
Cindy?
go.
Of course I like Prince. I like that one with Maroon 5. I like them when they brought Big Boy out. The T.I., I mean not T.I., I wish. The Usher one was just, it really did something for Atlanta. I felt something in me. I really liked that. I really did. I like the Janet Jackson one. She was grooving before her titty popped out.
It's the best
So
part
that
of
was
it.
dope. That was,
And after.
yeah, that was, yeah, but she did it. And Prince, of course, Prince. Michael Jackson. That's about it. I liked Rihanna last year. I thought that had a whole lot of courage to get up there pregnant in front of all them people and do that.
Good point.
She was
year.
all right. That was a lot of courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
That's
was
true.
all right. I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
Where you got, MJ?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd go Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Bruno Mars. It's a toss-up between Usher and Prince, but I'd go with Prince number one and not Usher. I really liked Usher. Other than the snafus, as far as actually singing and not lip singing like some of them do, Usher was singing it all the way through. That deal on those skates was crazy. I can't skate, but I love to go. And for them to choreograph that and nobody fall, that was amazing. I think that's my number two, but I'd have to roll with Prince number one.
All right. Of course, I got Janet in there. I really can't remember it, but I do remember that, like, what was it, like 2.7 seconds? I do remember that part. Had my man JT, Justin Timberlake, up there, so I like that. Prince is next on my list. I mean, these really is not in order, but Prince, the Usher and Dr. Dre joint is right there together with me right now.
Okay, yeah.
Being a hip hop head that I am, that Dr. Dre thing was just crazy. 50 Cent hanging upside down was yeah, he was a little big. Yeah, 50 was a little big. Yeah, he was a little big. He said the blood was rushing from his legs into his upper body. That's why it looked big. So that's right there in 2 and 3. But number one for me would be MJ. I saw a documentary where they asked Mike, they said, "Hey, Michael, it's raining out there, man." He said, "Can you make it rain some more?" That's when you know that you need more craziness to show that you can come through it. Yeah, so MJ still number one to me, but Dr. Dre and Usher's right behind that for me.
All right. Don chimed in. He said Prince. That's it. Number one said Prince, Janet,
There you
Bruno. Kiki says Usher, Dre and the West Coast, Janet and that titty, Beyonce and MJ. Frank Davis chimed in. What up, Frank?
What up, Frank?
Mike, Dr. Dre, Usher, J-Lo. Okay. J-Lo in now. My mom got Whitney, Mars, Usher, Beyonce, Prince, Janet Jackson. Number one said Happy Love, the one you with day. Oh, shut. Robbie chimed in this late at night. She got Dre and 50 at 5, Beyonce and JJ tied, Usher Riri tied, MJ and Prince. Number one said Happy Side Chicken Side Dude Day on February 15th and beyond.
The real special one's getting treated nice today.
Boy, Tez Russell chimed in. He said 1A is Prince, 1B is Michael Jackson, 2 Beyonce, 3 Usher, 4 Janet, featuring her titty, and Riri.
Hey, man,
All right.
that titty
That titty.
took her a long way.
All right, I'm going to go with Beyonce at 5, Dr. Dre at 4, I'm gonna go Usher at 3. I'm going Prince and MJ. I can never separate the two, so they're gonna be my 1As and 1Bs. MJ, simply because that might have been the first teleport we've seen. Yeah. In 1993, and he would teleport, man. MJ was
Yeah.
MJ was just MJ, man, and singing Purple Rain with the rain,
Yeah, man.
actually coming down, man. Those two gonna be my top, and it's gonna be hard for anybody to ever come close to them to me. Usher, I ain't gonna lie, he knocked on the door.
Yeah.
That performance, and I guess because we've literally seen him grow up. You know what I mean? So it's like. And to bring the A to Vegas, that was a dope thing. So,
Like you said, he took I took the A to the world.
yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope.
That was dope.
Yep. On that, y'all, if you haven't seen the documentary of the making of We Are the World, check it out. I promise you. You never.
Yeah, I started watching on that.
None of us never knew
A lot of that backstory.
what Quincy Jones and them had to deal
Man.
with all those stars in that room.
Yeah, I mean, and you mean star power?
I mean, star
power.
Yeah.
Prince
that
Some
was,
of the
wouldn't even
biggest
come.
stars were little people.
yeah, that was the
Yeah,
man.
Prince said, I want to come play a guitar. I don't want to tell y'all the story. Check it out.
Man.
Dr. Cindy, what you got, young lady?
Man, we getting ready for Sundays, just a few days away. I'm excited to have this live. So if y'all see how much fun we have sitting here, y'all have got to come out Sunday. Sunday, February 18th at 4 o'clock. We're going to do Black Love and talk about historical trauma. Might as well pick up on some of this stuff.
I mean,
we're
I was going to
talking about.
say some of the stuff we spoke
Great
about tonight.
segue, right?
Yeah, some of
Yeah.
the stuff we talked about tonight has created some traumas that's kept people from seeing
Absolutely.
love again.
Absolutely. So
Not
come on
Mike,
out.
but-
Come on out.
Not you, but I mean, I know you.
Yeah, not MJ though, but yeah, come out, hang out with us. That's pretty much what I got.
Ask a cop.
Hey, all I have is just paying attention to political climate. Vote who you vote for, but make them earn your vote. If you look at the situation that's occurring now, some states are allowing illegals to vote. We're already, I've said it several times, but we're already the number 2 minority in the United States. Those people coming across the border are Asian, Indian, and others. When you look at that situation, pretty soon our vote's not going to count. I say it all the time, we are the new cotton. The commercialized prison system in America is real. And when our votes don't matter, we're going to probably have a lock on that. Did you think enforcement, some people disagree with the way enforcement is now? Imagine it when your vote doesn't matter. So think about it before you vote. Before you push that line, think about it, make them earn it. That's all I got.
All right, real quick. Number one said, when will there be a therapy show for those suffering from the end of football season? I know that's right. Frank said Usher would have been number 1 if he wore JD's socks. And my aunt Orlean, I always seem to get her messages last, but she got for the Super Bowl. I don't want to miss her because she'll chew me out in about 2 hours. Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Prince, Lady Gaga, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and Bruno Mars. Mary J. Blige, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, register to vote. All right, real quick, a couple things I want to just point out. Number one, the thing we talked about last week, I mulled over it, and it's been bothering me, so I'm just gonna say this real quick. The when Jay-Z came up there and spoke up for his wife, which is cool, on that platform. But my issue with it was, why do we always have to feel like we have to be on their platforms to be accepted? Why do we still, as black people, still feel we have to be vindicated by them,
By that award.
by that award,
Yeah.
by the Grammy, by the Oscar? And I was like, I'm looking at some of the previews for, we had the Soul Train Awards, we got BET Awards, we got Urban Honors. And none of those people, Drake doesn't go to Grammys, but do you go to the BET Awards? Do you celebrate Urban Honors? You could imagine if some of those power brokers who did all this yayan, actually took one of those Black Award shows and really put their
behind it.
Or
Yeah.
create their own Grammys.
You don't
on
have
the
to
whole sense of it.
listen. You can create it, but you already have it.
You have it.
Make
That's
what we
right.
already have the it thing.
That's right.
As opposed to waiting for the handout from them. And when y'all said it, kill them, the rap thing, you're not even
Being
showing it.
televised, right?
And we
no,
still
no.
all excited about getting a Grammy when they wouldn't even air it.
They don't air it.
But are you gonna have
Never
that
have.
same energy for the BET Awards,
Yeah.
the Soul Train Music Award, for Urban? We had that same energy.
And they don't
You
even
know what I
come
mean?
to those. Most of the
That's
big
my
stars
point.
don't even come
They
to
don't even
them.
come to them.
Yep.
But you'll fly around the world to go for the Grammys just to be looked down upon.
Yep.
So I just can't.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, man. It been bothering me all week, man. I was like, I just can't feel. Yeah, she's got all these Grammys, yada yada. But how many times you seen Beyonce?
You need to push
support
that narrative.
Urban honors.
Exactly. She doesn't.
She doesn't.
And they were really pumping it up. And I said, and the first when he was talking, I'm like, man, you got too much of a voice. Ask him why the rap stuff don't come televised.
Why?
It's never.
And that's sad.
Yes.
So anyway, that's all I had to say on that note. Last thing, good friend of mine, I used to coach his son. He was here. He came to the club the other night, and he said something to me so dope, guys. He said, man, this podcast y'all doing, y'all don't even know where it's going. And I like, what you mean? He said, man, I got a brother in federal prison that's not even in the state of Georgia. And he says, hey, man, they got this podcast down there, Classic Conversations. He said, man, is that the guy be used to coach? He's like, yeah, that's the dude used to coach me. He like, man, they be having some dope conversations. He said, man, we be here following them. He said,
Wow.
and because it's on Facebook, they gathering up. And I was like, bruh,
That's cool.
that's crazy.
Shout out to the brothers behind the wall, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
Damn.
so I'm just
brothers
saying,
behind
man,
the wall.
we just never know
When you get out,
what this
stay
thing
out.
doing.
Hey
but
man,
they,
tell them to comment. Tell them to
yeah,
comment.
yeah. What they can't, don't get in
love
trouble.
to
Yeah,
in-
yeah.
Don't give them comment. They probably can't
Nah,
comment.
they,
But-
nah,
But
they
no,
not
I just thought that was, I just thought
they-
that was dope, man.
be-
And
they
he said,
really
he said
be
he
on
not
that.
Next comment, we'll put money on your
Yeah.
books.
but he said
They
he not
really
even
be
in
on-
Georgia.
Wow.
That's
I was
so
blown away
dope.
when he
That's
told me
cool.
that, man.
That's so
I was blown
dope.
away when he told me that. So I thought that he said, man, they really rock with that Classic Conversation, man. He said they really rock with it.
That's dope.
So anyway, good stuff,
crazy.
man. Yeah.
That's
Don't
crazy.
get registered to vote, man.
Hey, man, just you said that Robbie was tuning in late. You know what? I want to give a shout out to Robbie. I know it's Valentine's Day. Angelo cared about Valentine's Day, but I want to give a shout out to Robbie because when Angelo talk about the boys and everything, we give major props. But Robbie, major props to you also, young lady. Appreciate what you're doing because I room with this guy a little bit, so I understand a little bit of what you're going through. But for real, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. In regards to me, man, Shell of a Man, the stage play, 7 Men, 7 Issues, and they're going to talk about how it affects the loved ones around them. That is on March 10th. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. Put in Shell of a Man 2024. Ticket prices are between $15 and $35. So go and get your ticket. I guarantee it's going to sell out because it has sold out for the last 7 times that we have done it. Also, I want to give this young lady a shout out, Andrea Riley. She is known as Andrea the Red Pill. She is on Rough Riders Radio. She actually interviewed me, and we talked a lot about Classic Conversations. So if you get a chance, make sure that you check that out. Rough Riders Radio is on all of your social media sites, and the radio app can actually be downloaded on, them other people, that fruit, Apple, and also, on Android, you can get that downloaded. I think that's going to do it for me. Again, Sunday, man, if y'all get a chance, come on out. If you just want to sit in the audience and kick it, you're going to get some good laughs, probably going to get some good information. So come on out Sunday at Uptown Comedy Corner.
Tell a friend, tell a friend,
yes.
share it to a friend, man. Come out, live audience, man.
4 o'clock,
live
the
audience.
food is great, so come on through. It is going to be a great time. You can actually see the people that's behind the camera. You can actually see them and meet them. Let you know that we're not using AI. We're actually using talent up in this month. Real talent. So come through and check us out, all right? So
Hey,
I think
big
that's-
announcement next week, right? Big announcement next week.
So, like I
Big
said,
announcement coming next week, man. Contract signed, man.
that's it. Come through. Come through. You need to get in while you
we got
can.
it.
You need to become. Look, you need
Oh,
to become.
shit.
You need to become friends with us now.
Tune in next
Don't
week.
come trying to holler at us after we done got there. All right.
That's what Shay said.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
Keep that same energy, man.
Okay. 'Cause if you say something wrong, look, how Shay said, if you say something wrong, I'm gonna come see you.
Come see you.
I'm gonna come see you. And I wanna see if you really about that life, you dig? That's gonna do it, man. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And we are out, you dig?
Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rhetoric. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.